Tonight, I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of my family's ice cream recipes, and I'm so excited about it. And then you're going to help dress the ice cream with...
Yes, we are giving the traditional ice cream sundae a bit of a healthier twist, and we're going to make some summer fruit salsa. It's packed with nutrients, very colorful, and kids can help in the kitchen as well, so it's a pretty fun recipe.
Oh, exciting.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, before we get into the salsa, I want to ask you a little bit about this ice cream. Strawberry happens to be my favorite. Now, on the table here, we have some of the ingredients, and I noticed, I see eggs. Eggs, they typically aren't a common ingredient in ice cream, so why eggs?
Right. There's two types of ice cream.
Okay.
There's an American style ice cream, and then there's a French style ice cream.
Really?
Now, the American style ice cream doesn't have any eggs in it.
Okay.
The French style does.
Okay.
And what the eggs do is they kind of make it a custardy, give it a custardy texture.
Okay.
And it turns out that it's going to give it a rich, deep flavor that is just amazing.
Very nice. That's
one of my very favorite things. Yes.
So it gives it an airy texture, if you will.
Yes, it does.
Okay, very good.
And so for this recipe, what we're going to end up using is 4 eggs. We're going to beat them a little bit, and you don't have to cook them or anything like that. We'll just beat
add
them
it directly into the mix.
We can add them directly into the mix.
Okay.
We're going to use 1 can of sweetened condensed milk.
Okay.
And then we're going to use a cup of sugar.
Okay.
And just a pinch of salt in there, because you always add salt to ice cream.
Sure, regular table salt. Okay.
Regular table salt. Just a little bit of vanilla. I use a capful of vanilla, and it's just to give it a little bit more background taste.
Sure, absolutely.
And then whenever you put, you've got your churn.
Okay.
We're going to put all of these ingredients in.
Okay.
And then the strawberries come in.
Yes.
These are wonderful locally grown strawberries. Mike and Deke Kiesler grew these. They're from James R.C.'s Farms in Gilbert.
Nice.
And local strawberries are always the best.
Oh, yes.
They're my favorites.
They have such a nice, vibrant red color, and they're huge. I haven't seen strawberries like that in a long time.
These are wonderful.
Great, local strawberries.
For this particular recipe, I like to put about 6 cups of strawberries into my ice cream mix.
Okay.
And it's all according to how much strawberry flavoring you want.
Sure, sure.
I like a lot in it, so I put as much as I can in there.
A little extra in there. Are we adding the whole berries in, or do we need to mix that up? Do we need to bring it to a puree?
I like to puree mine because whenever you use a whole fruit and you slice it up, because everything gets so cold in the ice cream maker, it's going to end up being just frozen fruit.
Like
you really don't get the taste of the fruit. So it's just
I
like
see.
a chunk of
so the puree really
fruit.
brings out that flavor.
It does.
And does it give it that color too?
It does. It's going to give it a nice, rich pink color. Oh, it's going to be wonderful.
Ooh.
And so we're going to combine all this into the ice cream churn.
Okay.
Put the dasher in covered up, and you'll put ice in it.
Okay.
I put a couple inches of ice, a little bit of rock salt, a little bit more ice, a little bit more rock salt.
Okay.
And you run this thing till it stops.
Yeah.
And whenever it stops is when it's done.
That's the fun time, right?
Yeah, that's the best time.
Now, I know we're working with strawberry. Can you use any other fruit like peach, blueberry? Can you play around with the flavors?
You can. There's endless. But what I would do is I would puree all of it, because you don't want to just have the chunks in there. It doesn't taste the same. It's going to taste so much better if it's pureed.
Very nice, very nice. And again, it gives it that nice flavor and nice vibrant color.
It does, absolutely. And so we've got our ice cream here, but it looks a little plain.
Yes, we need something on top.
I think we need some salsa to go on top.
Yes.
So
the great thing about this recipe, it is super simple to make. And again, kids can help in the kitchen. It's packed with nutrients, full of color. Trust me, you're not even going to miss the hot fudge and the sprinkles with these sundaes. You have everything you need right here. So you want to get started?
Yes.
All right. The first thing you're going to do is take about a cup of diced strawberries. And again, we're working with the nice local strawberries out of Gilbert. Nice vibrant color. And strawberries, not only are they going to give us that nice color, tons of vitamin C and antioxidants. It's going to help give us some of those health benefits.
Oh, wonderful.
And if you want to go ahead and start stirring, I'm going to add in our second ingredient. Okay. We're going to add in about a cup of kiwi. Now, kiwi, obviously a little tart there. The strawberries and the other ingredients are going to help balance out those flavors. After our kiwi, we're going to add in a little bit of diced mango. Again, a nice punch of color with that yellowish orange.
This is one of my very favorite fruits.
Yes,
it gives I love it. It's a nice texture. It's a great taste.
It is. It's a great ingredient to add in there. And then to help balance out the sweetness and the tartness of all the other fruits, we're going to add in about a cup of Granny Smith apples. Now, I do recommend before you add it into your recipe, toss it with a little bit of lemon juice or lime juice.
What does that do?
The acidity will actually help keep that nice white, creamy color in there for us,
so it doesn't
won't
turn brown.
Exactly, exactly. Okay. And just a little toss, maybe a teaspoon or so.
Okay.
And then finally, we're going to add in some nice ripe blueberries, about 3/4 of a cup. We're going to add that directly into the mix. Now, once we give this a good stir, we're going to add in a couple tablespoons of fresh mint. I love mint. Do you have mint at home?
Yes, I do.
Do you grow that?
I do.
It is a fabulous ingredient to work with. It's going to give us a nice little kick.
It'll give it a little bite.
Yes. And again, just maybe a tablespoon or so.
Okay.
And I would recommend saving a little bit of the mint for later to garnish.
Okay.
You can take those whole mint leaves and put it right on top of the sundae. Now, next, we're going to add in some freshly squeezed lime juice. Now, this lime juice is going to help get our glaze started for the salsa.
Okay.
And we're going to add that directly on top of our fruit there.
Now, how much is this?
I would add, we're making a larger portion here, but I would stick with about 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice. Okay. Now, once we get that juice in there, this is my favorite ingredient.
That looks like honey.
Yes, local honey out of Cottageville, South Carolina.
Oh, this is going to complement everything wonderfully.
And not only does it add a nice sweet flavor and gorgeous color, again, it's going to help make that glaze for us. And believe it or not, the acidity in the lime juice is going to help break up that thickness, that consistency of the honey, creating that fluid glaze. Now, we have 2 ingredients left.
Okay.
Next, we're going to add in a little bit of orange marmalade, about a teaspoon. You could add up to 2 teaspoons if you'd like.
Do we have to use orange, or can we use any flavor?
Nope, you can use any flavor that you'd like. I like to stick with orange because it has a nice neutral flavor to it, but you can also use pineapple, even strawberry or blackberry marmalade.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Again, that's going to help with our glaze, and look how gorgeous that is, a nice glisten there.
Now, it looks like is this a secret ingredient of yours?
Yes,
it looks kind of different.
I like to say there is one ingredient in every recipe that really pulls the flavors together, and although it looks a little bit like garlic, this is actually minced ginger. Now,
so we've got some over here.
If you never worked with ginger root before, it looks something like this, and you just break off a little piece and skin it, and then chop it into small bits like you see here.
Okay.
And it adds a little bit of a spicy flavor,
We don't want to add too much of it.
Not too much, about a teaspoon or maybe even half a teaspoon there.
Oh, you can smell it.
Yes, it's very strong aroma.
Oh, yes.
I love working with ginger, and tons of health benefits there, great for the immune system. But basically, once you get all of your fresh ingredients mixed in a bowl, you're going to pop it in the fridge and let it cool for about 2 hours or so. And when it comes out, we're going to take our ice cream, and we are simply going to pour this right on top of the strawberry ice cream.
Oh, look how pretty that is.
Look how gorgeous that is. And if you want to garnish again with the mint leaves, you can. You can also top it with a little bit of slivered almond to add a bit of a crunch to make it a true sundae, if you will. But there you go. That is our summer fruit salsa with our homemade strawberry ice cream. Do you want to dig in?
I'm pretty excited about it.
Let's get started. All right. And we're going to try to save some for everyone else, but can't make any promises.
They're
you ready?
jealous. Oh,
it's so good.
Wonderful.
Just the right amount of sweetness there.